I quit drinking without AA, without any steps, no sponsors, no meeting rooms, no piss water coffee in a church basement. I did it my way. Yes, you could call it cold turkey, but, and here's a warning, if you are physically, psychologically addicted, meaning you wake up in the morning, you've got to have a drink. You can't have a day without a drink. You have shakes and all the rest of it. That is addiction. That is your body requiring it to function. I didn't have that. Yes, I drank a lot, but I was not physiologically dependent on alcohol. So if you are, please do not quit cold turkey. Get medical advice. Do a detox. Do a tapering. All of that sort of stuff. And no, this is not an attack on the fucking AA. Every time I post about something about how I quit, I get those in. I wasn't a proper alcoholic. Correct. I've never labelled myself as an alcoholic. You need to follow the rules. What rules? According to who? Bollocks. You're powerless. No, I'm not powerless. I've regained my power. I've taken my life back. So, I drank for 45 years. 45 years from the age of 11 or so, over the parks, behind the school disco, whatever. So when I quit on the Winter Solstice of 2024, so over 19 months ago now, when I quit, I got up on that morning and looked at myself in the mirror and thought, what the fuck are you doing? I was over 5 stone heavier. My eyes were just sunken piss holes. My skin was grey and puffy and inflamed. And I thought, what the fuck are you doing? You're going to fucking lose absolutely everything. Not that I hadn't fucking had much to lose. I'd done a good job of that through the drink already. And I came down the river, got in the river, and I wasn't in here long. It's, middle of December. Water temperature, probably about 6 degrees. I didn't measure it, but I know not long after, a week or so later, Christmas Day, when I was in here with a mate, the water temperature was 4 degrees, just over 4 degrees. So that morning, then, I went home from the river, walked in, opened the fridge, and in the fridge was 18 pint cans of German beer. On the side in the wine rack were 2.5 bottles of red wine, and there was about half, maybe a little bit less, bottle of gin. So I put the cooker on and I did a big fuck off fry up: bacon, eggs, black pudding, mushrooms, tomatoes, made my own hash browns, fried bread, the fucking lot. And as I was cooking that, I opened the beer and I started drinking the beer. And I carried on drinking then throughout that day into the evening until everything that was in the flat was gone. I then went to bed. I got up the next morning and I felt like absolute dog shit. Yes, real dog shit. Proper hangover. And I decided, that's it. Don't drink anymore. And I don't say ever, you can't do that. You say, as soon as you say to yourself, I'm never going to drink again, your subconscious will say, I will find every fucking excuse that you'll have a drink. So as soon as something happens, as soon as something pisses you off, good day, bad day, whatever, that little voice pipes up, Bob I call him, he pipes up and says, have a drink, that'll sort it out. Does it? Does it fuck? You name me one thing that alcohol fixes, that life itself, and being alcohol free, I don't say sober, because you're sober after 4 days. You tell me one thing that alcohol gives you that life can't give you 100-fold. This is my thing. No, I'm not telling you you've got to go and fucking get in a freezing river and waterfalls and all of that stuff that I do. It's my thing. It's been my thing all my life. So the sink was full of crushed cans, the bottles were there as well, everything. So I tidied up and everything, put it all away, and I wrote down in my journal whatever was in my head, just let it all come out. Nobody's ever going to see it, it's mine. And that's the thing with journaling. What you write is yours. Doesn't matter. Unless you want to post it, unless you want to publish it, who gives a fuck? It's yours. Nobody. I post everything, fucking warts and all. It's part of, my accountability to myself. And I can look back and think, fucking hell. You know. And the people that I help, the reviews on my website and on Google and Amazon, everything. I look at those and I give gratitude that day I decided, just for the day, I'm not going to drink. I'm going to put the drink down and I'm going to create the life that doesn't need numbing, the life that I don't need to run from and hide from, and be the person that I want to be the person that I feel is my purpose. And people say to me, you should be proud of, how far you've come and everything you do. And I am, but I don't see it myself. So, my content since this year. So I started doing all my content on Facebook at the start of this year. So Christmas of this year, so a year I've been alcohol free. Christmas of this year I had 400 followers on Facebook. As of today, I've got 70,000 followers. I've got a group with 12,000 people in, a community that I've built where people support each other and everything else. No labels, no fucking steps, fuck all. Warts and all. It's private, so what you say in there stays in there. You can post anonymously. The only person that sees who you are is me. And I've had the content since January. I've had over 100 million views on Facebook alone. And then the beginning of last month, I thought, right, people keep saying I need to do videos, because a lot of my content is long form. So I'll do the long posts and they'll be, 5,000, 6,000 characters, which works out at around about 1,000 words or so. My blog posts are 3,000 to 4,000 words and they go in depth. So people kept saying, you need to do videos, you need to do videos about how you quit, why you quit. Get your story out there so that people can see that there are other ways, that you do not need to surrender to anything. You do not need to be powerless. You need to get your power back, capture your inner child and be the power within you. So all of that now has grown, and I've got over 12,000 subscribers on the YouTube where this is posted. I'll put links in the comments to my blog and my other stuff, and I'm building a school community which is already there. There's a free 7-day module, so you go through 7 days, and then there's a classroom which has got, I think, 16 modules which go in depth into everything for eat, sleep, move, mind, the whole fucking lot, about the neuroscience about it, neuroplasticity, my emotional observation method. And I'm just finishing editing and putting together I've already done one that's free. I've done the Beyond 12 Steps, which goes into that my method is not just alcohol. It's about how we have habits, behaviours, loops and everything else, and how I overcame them. I'll put a link in the description to that. That's called Beyond 12 Steps. It's free on my website. And I'm just putting together now another one. This one's about 200 and some pages, and it's got a workbook and everything, and that's going to go into the school classroom, so you can go through it for whatever the issue is: alcohol, porn, doom scrolling, sugar, cocaine, whatever it is. And before anyone says, what do you know about cocaine? I quit cocaine over 20 years ago. I quit 40-day Benson and Edges over 20 years ago. Alcohol was just the last thing that I quit over 19 months ago. Before someone says, how long have you quit? You can't tell people. Fuck off. I've been a personal development coach for over 15 years. I'm an NLP master practitioner. I'm also spiritual. I'm not religious. I haven't got a religious bone in my body. I don't believe in the man up in the clouds with a big beard. Otherwise, why have we got so much shit going on in the world? I don't know. But that's something else. So, that's it. I quit without AA. I've rambled on a bit. I've gone on a bit. But I'll put the description, I'll put the links in there to all of the stuff, the free stuff and the other stuff, to my coaching and everything else. Take care of yourselves, look after yourselves, and pick up the wrench.